Welcome to the Ridiculously Blessed podcast. I'm your host, Tim Jackson, and today we're kicking it back to the fellas, man. We go back almost 30 years of friendship, and we're just gonna kind of get together, chit chat a little bit. I'm sure there's gonna be some jokes. They're gonna clown me a little bit, probably. But you're gonna get a sneak peek into what it's like for us, our day-to-day lives, being fathers and growing up over the years. So I'm gonna introduce you to Tion, Lamont, and Randall, some of my best friends from like middle school on. So hold on, let me bring the guys in here. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
All right. If y'all want to take your time to introduce yourself before I start bad mouthing y'all, so go ahead, T. Start with you, man.
Not sure what you're looking for me to say right now, but I'm from the one and only 8 Owl. Y'all know about that. Live in Dinwiddie now. Work as an auditor. With a family, so I'm always busy.
All right, who's next? Randall, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm Randall from Gladstone, Happy Rock. I'm in Pennsylvania now, hating every minute of it. I wish, I never thought I would want to be back in Nelson County. Never, until you leave it, bro. If I could leave, go back right now, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If somebody was like, "Yo, you can go back in 9th grade," give it to me.
Yeah,
I live my
life. Same here.
I would live my life on a loop through high school, bro. Yeah, but I'm in Pennsylvania now, wife, kids, so can't just up and leave now. So, but it's all good though.
Yeah. All right, Lamont, go ahead, man.
Lamont Page from the other side of the town, Roseland, Riverside. Currently living in Hampton, Virginia. Program manager for electronic monitoring, juvenile services, working with them kids, man. That's what I love.
There you go. And what I'm gonna tell you, man, these are three of the best brothers I know. There's only one flaw, so we might as well jump into it. They're all Washington Commander fans. So, man, I've been trying for years to get them to just find a team, any team. Jaguars was taking applications. I thought they would go when Urban Meyer did, but they wouldn't do it. They hang in there. The only game Washington wins consistently is against my Raiders. We feel bad for them, so we lay down and let them have that W. But in the NFC least, you got the Washington Commanders fans over here.
Whatever works. I take it.
So, man, that's where I want to start is when did you guys become Washington fans?
Man, look, I grew up in the household with my pops being a big Washington fan. So I felt like I had no choice but to be a fan. He was definitely a big influence on me choosing Washington.
Yeah, that's about the same with me. My pops was I ain't gonna say Commanders because I'm a Redskins till I die. but yeah, he was a Washington fan. That's how I became. I mean, all my other brothers like Pittsburgh, and I do have one that's a Raiders fan. I don't know what happened to him.
Smart man.
He done bumped his head, man. He done bumped his head.
Where's
But yeah, so that's how I became. I mean, I'm one of those guys. I'm true to like you stay close to home. You pick the home team, and that's the closest we got in Virginia. So that's basically how I came.
How about you, Lamont?
Same as the other guys. Oddly enough, I started out a Steelers fan, but my dad he made sure I turned out right. I became a Redskins fan after that, and we rock with UVA around these parts too. We might have one guy who don't know what he's doing, but
I'm telling you, man. I thought Redskins was bad enough, but now. Man.
Well, who are you? Florida State, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
What you know about that?
Man.
You ain't did that in a long time, have you?
Long time.
We coming back. We making a run this shit. Mark my words.
He
ain't done that since high school. I hope he stretched.
Tion. Who was the first team to beat in the ACC?
Hey man, I was watching that game. I watched that game.
I did too.
We got cheated too. Warwick Dunn crossed the plane, so whatever. We got cheated.
Man.
Nah, bro.
Go back and look at the tape, man. He crossed.
Never did make
You
it.
can look at that in high def now and see that he didn't cross.
All right. Call it what you want, bro.
So, fellas, like I became a Raiders fan like back in '83. I was a bandwagon jumper. They went to playoffs and they were looking pretty good, so I became a Raiders fan watching them on TV. It's like back in the day, we had what 3 channels, at that time. So you just watched who was on, and they seemed to be on the 4 o'clock game. After church, you get home, get settled, and after eating and everything, I would watch their games against like the Broncos. They would always show that game. And then that year we beat the Redskins in the Super Bowl. I say we because by that time I was a fan. I had a T-shirt. So I was a fan. But that's when I became a Raiders fan, man. And since then it's just been heartache. Lots of
Welcome
heartache.
to the club, brother.
Man,
Tuck
Welcome
rule.
to the club.
the closest
Tuck
we got
rule.
was the Tom Brady time, and we all know how that ended up. So, yeah, man. But like I said, we've been trying to get together like in person for what 27 years now, and I felt like, man, it'd be cool to all get here and just chit chat a little bit, talk about things that are going on and how things have been going for us. So the first thing I wanted to ask you guys is I've been debating this situation in my head, but fellas, are we old? I'm not sure because my mind still works pretty young and I feel like I could run when I want to. But sometimes my body is like, no, we don't do that anymore. So I'm going to ask you guys, are we old?
Listen,
Man,
we on the cusp for sure, bro. I'll be 45 in May, and y'all coming right behind me, right?
No, I'm in front of you, bro.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, we old. Yeah, we old.
I think it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to shoot ball, make sure it's only like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. Don't try full court.
Yeah.
But I don't feel as old as, but my body be like, you can't do that, bro. But
yeah,
I don't think we're that old yet.
It's the recovery for me, man. I feel like it takes so much longer to recover, and like you could hurt yourself doing the slightest thing. Like I'm sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden, like, man, where that pain come from? And I remember people talking about it, but I was like, oh, they just exaggerating. But no, it's real. Like it hit me like 42, 43 is when I started to get that little pain. So I was like, man, am I getting old and not knowing? Like, am I in denial?
bro, I got one for you. At my last job, we had a softball team. I was gung ho about it, going out there playing like we're in Little League baseball. Man, I swung the bat. I said, "Oh my God, what have I done?" My back hurt for like the next week. I don't know what happened. Yeah, man, we getting up there. I feel it too,
Bro. I done had back surgery already.
Oh wow,
man.
Yeah.
What caused that?
Huh?
What caused that?
Bro, I think I tried deadlifting like years and years ahead of time, and I never got it. Checked out. Take ibuprofen and let it go. And I went in, bro. The doctor was like, "Yo," he was like, "The first time you feel back pain, you check it out immediately." Bro, by the time I went there, the sciatica was so bad, bro. My whole foot used to be numb. I was just literally fall in my car to get in it. That's how bad it was.
Man,
not good, man. Dang.
Yeah, I don't wish back problems on nobody.
Bro, I feel your pain. There's nothing like getting out of Walmart and getting back in your car going home for 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sciatic pain.
After I had my surgery, bro, and like a couple years later, I sneezed. I was like, "Oh, there I go again."
Man. Same here, man. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month now, I played basketball. I was coaching a basketball team, and they had like a parents' night, spirit night. And I was like, you know what? I can play. I'll go out there and run a little bit. And man, the first minute, I'm like, yeah, I feel like myself. About a minute and a half in, man, my lungs went to a place I'd never been before in my life, bro. I was like, don't let me down this court, man. So I was like, yo, I can't do this no more.
Too much.
Yeah, mad out of shape. But in my mind, I feel like, oh, there's an opening. Drive to the hole, make this layup. But my body just was like, we don't do that. We shoot jumpers now.
Yeah.
Nah,
it's
we
like-
shoot jumpers now. We ain't going nowhere.
But like,
Yeah.
Randall, you still play ball every once in a while, right?
I try. I try, bro.
That was a
But-
shooting. Now that Randall, I could never guard Randall.
Yeah.
Randall was
Thank
a
you,
shooting
Tion.
fool
Thank
back
you,
in the day,
Tion.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Good.
Tion.
That guy will pull up
Thank
from
you for giving
anywhere.
me my roses.
That's what I said. Pound for pound, the best scorer we had in high school, man. Pound for pound.
Thank you.
Oh.
And didn't make the basketball team. I don't get it. I could be in the league right now.
But see, he tried to back in the day.
Is Coach Gold still living?
I don't know, man.
He's
Yo,
still
he
living.
is.
He's still-
I want some words with him. You know what?
Hey, man, you gotta edit this out.
No.
I want my fair one. I want my fair one.
Yeah.
I want it. Yo, and I don't care. Yo, if what's called on if he's listening, yo, and he got put on the team before me, yo, he was trash, bro. Never been on that team before me. I don't care. Trash.
He about to name names. He got a list, Lamont.
Hey, Randall.
I didn't go through the whole thing.
Randall.
I just know that I deserve to be on there.
Randall, you remember when we was at tryouts and me and you were sitting on the front step after tryouts and they said, we got one alternative. And I said, yo, bro, you go ahead and take it.
Yeah. Yo, I still relive those memories, bro. I can't. Yo, to this day, I'm like, yo, I can't believe I didn't make the team, bro. 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
I
you
was
should have
like,
been on it.
Definitely.
yo, T.I., I never forget one. We was in the lunchroom and Coach Lee came through. And what's that boy's name? Some white boy. He was like, Coach Lee,
God.
it's no way Randall shouldn't be on this team. And he was like, well, such and such is good. Like, no, he's not. I remember you said that, T.I. I was like, see, Tion get it. Tion get it. I was so pissed. But you know what? The thing was, after you remember Tyrone, right? Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
It was nobody from Gladstone after Tyrone was on that team. Because he wanted Tyrone to go to Lynchburg. Tyrone was like, nah, I ain't going. I ain't going there. And they never had another guy from Lynchburg long ago.
What was Dan from?
Huh?
Happy Rock?
Gladstone. But Dan was the same year as Tyrone. Well, I ain't gonna say what year he was.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, but Tyrone's brother was good too. He didn't play.
Who was
his
that?
little brother,
I don't know him.
his little brother Jason.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's way younger than us, but nah. I mean, hold on, did OJ? I don't think OJ ever played for Gold. I don't know.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Man, OJ played that
Did-
freshman year.
Yeah. He played.
But did he play varsity though?
Nah.
Yeah. See.
Unless he
Well, I mean,
played
you know-
our senior year when we were gone. I don't know.
Oh no, you let
All the
OJ tell
athletes
it.
came from Riverside, so you know what I mean.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What you say? What you say, Lamar?
There you go.
All the
Say
athletes
Lamar.
came from Riverside, so you know what I'm saying.
Man. Look, we used to ball all day, almost every day, like here. Cause Randall, you came down one time because he was like, "I'm
Yeah, I
sure
had to come
y'all."
in there and bust y'all up a free time.
No. Randall came down more than once on them Fridays when we used
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yes. I used to hate playing with
Yeah.
him.
he came to Avon, the proving grounds, man. It's the proving
I hate
grounds.
I had to come down there. I had to shut Brian up. Like, nah, get it. Yo, I think Brian's still in my pocket. I gotta let him out.
Yeah, you know he gonna respond to this one.
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I stopped playing or I stopped trying out because I was only 5'1". I was like, ain't no chance of me making the team, and I was manager for a little bit and it helped him out, but I remember I was in PE and Coach Goat was like, ain't no need in you trying out. So I was like, yep, got you, bro.
Some honesty for you.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
was-
man.
I wish he had told me that, so I wouldn't have wasted my time.
so it
Y'all
was
should have
fun
came
for
to
me.
the track, man. Should have came to the track.
I came for track one day. I was like, nah, buddy, that's running.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
did it
said, that's
in
running.
middle school. I did it
I'm
in
like,
middle
running.
school, and I threw up on the 220, and I was like, "Yo, I'm done. This is my last year."
Bro, I don't even.
And look, I gotta tell you, I gotta say the story, man. I tell Lamont this every chance I get. When we ran track in middle school, I smoked him. I literally smoked him. It was not close. So when we got older, going to high school, everybody was saying how fast Lamont was. I'm like, hold on, I just beat this dude in middle school like 3-4 years ago. I'm like, oh no, I must be fast too. Yo, we ran a 200. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Like, can't nobody stop me now. We took off. I was looking at Lamont's back the entire race. He turned around to look to see where we were at. I was like, "Oh, this man disrespectful."
Yeah, I didn't know
In the track,
Lamont was that
came
fast.
in and disrespected everybody.
Yeah, Travis was a different breed, man. That's a different breed.
Different.
Yo, you remember he used to run and his ankles would crack all the way down the track. I'm like, what's wrong with you, boy? Maybe you
They
should
still
check
do.
that out.
Yeah, I remember Lamont. It looked like he took like 3 steps and he was done. I was like, "How is this dude so fast, man? His legs were so long.
Puberty.
Like
He
I had
was
to
all
take
legs,
5."
bro. All legs and big head. That's all he was.
Still got a gigantic head.
Yo, when you get that head leaning forward, you gotta be fast. It's just pulling you along, bro.
Yep.
The days, yes.
But yeah, man, we always seemed to have like a good time back in the day. I remember like me and Lamont were in the same math class from like 7th grade on, man. It's like every year we were in the same one. And then Randall was in there senior year, wasn't it?
Thank God Tim was in
Miss
that.
That was a big mistake,
Yo,
man. They put us all in the same one.
Yo, I have no idea how I would lose so much energy from 6th period to 7th period. Because you remember me, you, and Tion had Miss Buffington for study hall.
Mm-hmm.
6th period. Yep. Yo, I can remember all this like nothing. Like, bro, by the time I went in her class in 7th period, I was asleep. I slept that whole year. I used to have my head on the windowsill and was out.
Yo, Randall, do you remember? I wasn't in y'all math class. I think Michelle had threw a pistol at you or something.
She threw a pin, hit me in the eye, bro.
I heard that story.
Yo, I was like, you remember that Bushwick song? I was like, my eye. I would have shot you in the body, but you shot me in the eye.
Man.
Oh
that was the best day, man. That was so funny because I remember it was Lamont's fault.
Yep, Lamont started it.
Here we go.
Lamont started it. He definitely did.
Man.
Yo, I remember when we had to take her exam. I gave my book to one of y'all. I was like, yo, turn this in for me. I was like, I ain't taking the exam. I was like, if I get 100, I'm not passing for the year. I would chop ball, bro. I was like, I don't need it. I don't need the class. I know I already passed government and English. I'm good.
Yep. Yep. I was like, I don't know why I took that class, man.
Horrible decisions.
All of us wasn't privileged like to be able to leave out the 2nd period.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, he was like, yo, I only got 3 classes. I was like, how you only get 3 classes? I rode to school with him. I was like, yo, I can ride to school with you. He's like, yeah. And then he was like, but I leave after like 3rd period. I was like, what?
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Leon. But yeah, he used to give me a haircut because I had 2 study halls my senior year.
Yeah, me too.
He used to cut my hair. I want to say 3rd period or whatever. I always look forward to a haircut. Good God.
Yeah, Leon used to get me, and Brian Barnett used to cut me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Brian too. Yep.
Yeah. Yo, the people that we done lost from our class, yo, is like for real, like crazy, bro.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
One more reminder that we getting on up there in age a little bit.
Right? I know, right? Let me apologize, man, to one of my teachers, man. Lamont, you wasn't in this class. It was me, Randall, Tim.
Yo, how do we end up getting so many
Man,
classes together?
Shirley.
That's right.
man.
Shirley.
I showed off in that class so bad. I just went there just to cut up.
Yeah.
What was that count?
That class, it was that count. That meant absolutely nothing to me. I showed off so bad in that class. And I think she wound up speaking to my mother about it. I was like, Mom, I don't think she liked me. Nah, lying my butt off. I couldn't tell you one thing I learned in that class.
Bro. Yo, me and Timmy that year had like 3 classes back to back to back. We had Miss Wright, Miss Buffington, and then Miss Thompson, all 3 in a row.
Yeah. Man, I'll never forget, Randall. Remember she would play that music. You was like, Shirley, is that Miss Wright? Is that a porno you playing? It sound like porno.
Yo, bro, I have no idea how I did not get kicked out of school more than what I did. Yo, I think when I hit 9th grade, I was like, I'm getting in trouble, and and Gladstone is a long ride if you got kicked off the bus, bro. Yo, I ain't lying. I remember I got kicked off the bus doing the exams. My daddy was like, well, you just ain't going then if I got to take you. I'm like, well, I'm going to fail. He's like, you should have thought about that when you're done with your shit. Yeah. Yo, I never forget. I got kicked off the bus. We couldn't have drinks on the bus, right? Yo, I shotgunned that drink. And she saw me. Yo, the first day, she was like, come up here and throw it away. I was like, yo.
He did it Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Bro, when I threw it in the trash, you remember that Tim Hardaway commercial when he said, recycle that, baby? That's what I told the bus driver.
And here I thought you was a choir boy.
Bro, I was, they made me do it. Those 2.
Man, what was funny was like, even if I didn't do anything, like if Tion did something, they used to get the 2 of us mixed up. So they would come talk to me like it was me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So they were like, yesterday after school, did you such and such? I was like, I don't even stay after school. What are you talking about?
Yo, Tion was slick with his, bro. Tion was slick with his. He done his stuff on the slide, and you didn't know about it. You're like, nah, T didn't. And then if you did know, like he did, you're like, nah, he didn't do that.
Yeah.
But he did do it.
Exactly. Hey, that was finest. Exactly.
Yo, I remember when me and Tion was used to kick it on the sideline during football season. We ain't never got in, so we was just cutting up on the sideline.
Exactly.
See, I knew better. I knew better than to play football when they was like, we got to tape your pads on. I was like, you got to tape my pads on? Nah, I'm too small for this.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and it was cold too, man. I don't know how y'all did it.
We had one good year. Remember that one year we only lost like 1 game to Buckingham and JV?
And JV,
that was not great.
Yeah, JV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But boy, Buckingham used to bring that wood.
That's the year Levi gave me a concussion, man. I think I had a concussion that day. We did a hitting drill. The first time I'd ever really been hit with pads, and I was nervous about playing anyway. But Chris, he was like, T, come on out, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, cool. I convinced my pops. He's like, all right, if you get hurt, it's on you. We did the hitting drills. You know, they threw the ball to you, and you're supposed to go running. Man, look. Who was the coach? I forgot the coach name.
Wood.
Coach Wood.
Coach Wood. He threw
and
the
who,
ball.
that McGarry guy.
Head up. McGarry was too. Yep.
Yeah.
But Levi was coming to hit me. I didn't tuck my head down or nothing. Dude, when I came to, my mouthpiece was like to the left of me. My lip was bleeding. I was like, oh my God, what just happened? And I gotta get up like ain't nothing wrong. Man, look. Yes, he got me good.
And yo, they wasn't testing for concussions back then. It was like, you all right? Get back in there.
Get back in.
Basically.
Get back in. Yes.
So now we flash forward. Yeah, like now we're all fathers, and that's not the easiest thing in the world. So all of us have at least a daughter, right? How do you guys manage having a daughter when you think back to like how we were and now, man? Because I'm telling you, for real, I had to think about it. I got a double standard. Like there are things that my son could probably get away with that my daughter, I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. So, well, y'all the same way? You know, y'all have a little bit of a double standard with that?
Nah, bro, I got 3 girls, so I don't have.
Wow. 3.
Yeah,
Listen,
3 girls.
I got a stepdaughter, but I been in her life since she was 2, and I pretty much let her know early what we is all about. I always talk to her about what to look out for, but it's tough.
It's super tough. I have a stepdaughter as well, and we're a lot. I've been in her life since she was 3, and we're closer now than we were back then. But it's tough. It's hard. That's all I can say. It's hard. Like you said, you have your boys going off into the world. The daughter is like, oh my goodness, now I got to take extra steps, extra precautions. Um, who you with? Who said this to you? It's scary, man. It's scary nowadays.
Yeah, man. And that's what I was talking to her, and I remember like getting after her. She's a real good kid, and I remember getting after her when she was little. She's the type that like, well, I'll just punish myself. She go to timeout on her own. So like over the years, I'm real soft with her. And I remember she's playing soccer, and one of the kids on her soccer team was co-ed soccer. Like blamed her for losing the game, and it hurt her feelings, and she didn't want to tell me. Dude, I kicked into protective pop. I'm like, where the kid at? Where he at? I'm trying to find out who said what. So I was like, yo, this is crazy, because if it was my son, would I be like, well, it's all right, man up, or what? And I was like, yo, I treat them differently. I got to work on that. So that's why I was asking you guys, because I remember clearly, like, I hated to see, like, her upset.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's been times I went to my daughter's school. Yo, bro, I kicked the door open like, boom. I bet they like, yo, he gonna have to stop coming up here. I know they hate to see me coming in there, bro. I don't care. Like, what you gonna do? Call the police. I don't care. What you gonna do? But, yeah, it's different. Like, I'll be like, yo, who's picking on you? I'll beat the kid up. I don't care.
Oh, you happy rocking show. Gladstone's finest right here.
You going to jail, Randall?
Nah, bro, you ain't gonna mess with mine and not expect something like. Plus, she's real quiet. She don't like do nothing. But if you just gonna come out and start picking on them, like, I might not mess with a kid, but like, yo, go get your parents, or I'm gonna have to talk to them. Somebody gonna get talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, how old are your daughters?
The oldest is 22, 14, and 10.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Fellas, my daughter's 25, and her boyfriend talking about marriage. What y'all got for me, man?
Man,
help me. Help me.
Prayer, bro. I don't know how to. Woo! Goodness. Man, that
Haley
happened.
ready to walk that aisle.
What was that?
I said, Haley ready to walk that aisle. How mom feel about it?
We dealing.
Man.
So Tion, what you got? You got what? 2 boys?
I actually have 3 boys. 3 boys of my
and a
own.
stepdaughter.
And a stepdaughter and 2 older stepkids. So, yeah, yeah, we got a little basketball team around here.
Yeah. You got one coming off the bench.
I know, right?
6 man of the year.
Yo, just a few years ago, your youngest one, he's young, right?
Yeah, he's
The
6.
youngest. Okay.
Yeah, he'll be 7 in June.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, you got
That's
a
why
25-year-old.
I got 18 and 13. So
Man,
daughter's
18 and
18.
13, they was like kids when I seen y'all up here in Pennsylvania that time.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. She's about ready to go to college. Luckily it's all girls school, so can breathe a little
You
easier.
said luckily.
She's studying film and creative writing. And my son, he's like, man, I'm just gonna be a millionaire. So he ain't figured out what he can do yet, but he gonna make
That's
money.
what's up.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So man, now we talked about the girls. Let's talk about the guys. So like one of the problems I ran into just a couple years ago, watching the news and everything, I started to question though, how do you raise a son in this day and age, man? Like it's so scary everywhere you look. Um,
Especially if he's a black
right,
son.
definitely. So I was like, it made me think back to my dad going over with me how to get pulled over by a police officer, what to do, like what are the steps. And I was like, wow, I got to have that conversation with my son and daughter. And times are a lot tougher now, I would say, than it was then as far as that point goes. So, like, for you guys, when you think about that, like, what advice do you have for your kids?
So first, let me say this. Tim, you know about this story. My first speeding ticket, the cop pulled me over. I was dead wrong. This was in 1995. Um, and even back then, I got out the car to walk back to the police officer, like with my hands in the air, like what I do. Just in hindsight, just like really, T, you lucky nothing happened to you back then. But now with my son, what I always tell him is, if you get pulled over, you know, don't try to plead your case. Let me deal with that later on. You just shut up and get home. That's your job right there. I know you. If you think you're right, shut up for the time being, and let's just deal with it after the fact. You just get home safely. That's what I always tell him.
Right. And that was kind of my dad's message to me. It was like, look, my goal as a father is to make sure that I do everything to get you home safe at night. So he would give me like the step by step instructions of what to do. And then if something got out of hand, he says he will step in to help me take care of that if we did go to court or something like that. But um, I found myself still to this day following those steps. Like when I see like a police officer or something coming up, I'm thinking in my mind, if he pulls me over, what's my first step? Put my hands here, tell him every move that I'm making, like all of those things. And I was like, man, that's something that we need to discuss now for everybody. And like you said, especially black men, because the examples aren't always there. Like I've seen like some youth don't have their fathers or father figures, so they don't really know, and their response might be different. If mama is the kind of fight for her baby, there's a little bit of entitlement that comes with that, and I'm sure you guys have dealt with it coaching different sports and being around kids. So yeah, man, we definitely have to continue to give that message out.
Yeah. Yeah, I want I don't have no like sons, but I got older nephews, and they still at the age where they still go out and party or whatever. And I be like, bro, if you don't have to be out there, don't go, because like it ain't nothing but trouble. Like they say, ain't nothing out there after 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Mhm.
Just be at home, bro. Like it ain't worth it, because and my nephews are pretty big, and you get one of these cops, they're like, oh well, I may have to put my hands on. I ain't nah. I'm gonna shoot this one. I mean, I got pulled over up here in Pennsylvania one day for driving on the what was it? Driving in the fast lane for too long when I could get over in the right lane. And he pulled me over. I'm like, what the pulling me over for? He's like, well, you can't be riding in the left lane when you got enough time to get over in the right lane. I was like, yo, I didn't even know that was a law. But the first day I was done, I was like, yo, I'm going to work. I do security. I got my gun in the back. yo, he's like, don't reach for it. You think I'm really gonna reach for my gun? And I just told you I got one. And we got this thing up here called Act 235 where you gotta be certified to carry a weapon on your job. So I'm like, yo, I got my Act 235 and I got my driver's license right here. He's like, let me see both of them. I was like, are you kidding me, bro? So I just went ahead and complied with it, but I know what it was, bro. I know what it was. So just do what they say.
Yeah.
First and foremost, when I'm working with these kids, that's one of the things I tell them: to stay out the way first and foremost. Like you said, Randy, ain't nothing good in the dark, man. Stay at home, stay at the crib. But if you're coming in contact with them, hey, just sit and chill. You ain't giving up nothing,
right?
If you just chill,
right? I mean, we've seen like they could possibly get off even if you do got proof. Like you the one dead, so
right?
Yeah, it's hard to fight it if you don't come home, man. That's the hard part. That's the scary
right.
part. And so the other conversation me and my son have is about and this Will Smith stuff kind of brought it back up, was feeling disrespected or if you don't respond, they look at you as soft. And I was telling him, no, you gotta always keep your composure. You gotta always be the one in control. So learn to walk away. Now, granted, in certain situations, adults have to be reminded of that because, like, if I got slapped, I'm sure my first instinct isn't to walk away. right. My first instinct is not to walk away, man. I'm kneecapping somebody. I'm getting them down to my level. But man, the reason I tell him that is because times have changed where we used to get out and we could fight, and then tomorrow we're friends again. We playing basketball. Well, nowadays they play for keeps, man. So I tell him, always have the right mindset. Make sure you walk away, and words never hurt you. Now, if somebody's putting their hands on you, it's physical. You got to protect yourself, but as many times as possible, try to walk away. What do you guys think about that in that situation?
It's that's another tough one. Because again, I'm a former teacher, and I used to talk to my students. I see some of them from time to time. Some of them were super high headed, ready to fight at the drop of a hat. So here I am trying to talk to them about what to do if you feel disrespected, things of that nature. Sometimes they would listen. Sometimes it just flew in one ear and out the next. Um, but again, it's just something that you always have to be mindful of, even when I'm at work. Um, it's some of the conversations that I have with some coworkers. So again, I work as an auditor, and sometimes people don't like the findings that I have on them. Oh, next thing you know, they're yipping and a yapping, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like really, would you say this stuff to me outside of these doors? Um, which is probably a no. So, but it's just like I'm trying to maintain my composure, and again, when I'm upset, it's written all over my face. It's easy to see. So it's to me, it's hard to keep my composure sometimes. But again, just thinking of the bigger picture usually gets me by. So
It's true words, the bigger picture. And it's hard to teach these kids that, but you got to talk to them about defining what disrespect is. Back in the day, we used to get mad when people stepped on our shoe. We want to fight, right? Now they didn't took that to the level we want to shoot people for doing that. That's stupid. They got to put it in context what disrespect is. I was in 7-Eleven the other morning, and a Caucasian guy spit on another Caucasian lady. Actually lifted he spit on her, like literally spit on this lady.
That's the ultimate
And I'm
disrespect.
sitting there going, that's the disrespect that I'm gonna put hands on you and it's gonna be a problem. But you bumping into me when we walk in the door, nah, I ain't got time for that.
You know what the thing is like, how all of us was basically like together in school, and we was like the guys that nobody never had a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't in that group where they like, yo, let's mess with Randy, Tion, Lamont. Like, yo, we was like the guys that got along with, like in the middle. We had friends here, we had them here. Lamont actually he went to the part where he could go into certain sections that we didn't even feel comfortable going in. You know what I'm saying?
I was crazy.
Yeah, so we were like, yo, Lamont just infiltrated a whole different section of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we was like, yo, even when y'all remember that big fight that had that time, it was like, and I was like, I like them both, so I don't care what happens. I was like, yo, it's my senior year, and Ed Lee ain't whooping my ass, so I ain't touching nobody.
Nobody.
Like, I'm graduating. He ain't messing with me. So I was like, yo, they can fight, bro. I was like, go ahead. You know, I like people from here. I like people from there. And the crazy thing is like, when I grew up, and I surrounded myself with the same group of people that I knew that was like y'all. Like, we could have a problem within the group, but that's where it stayed at. But I know that if it was a problem outside, they still had me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just try to, through my whole life, I just try to surround myself with the right kind of people to where I didn't need like any outside distractions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, you know how we were. We like, ain't nobody messing with us. Why they mess with us? Like, we don't bother nobody.
Out the way.
Yeah.
Low stress.
Right? We was like the popular quiet people. Besides Lamont.
I was always quiet, man. I was just trying to get a number or two, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I used to say, or they used to tell me, it's not what people call you that's important. It's what you answer to. So like I can laugh that stuff. I think it was Miss Green. Miss Green in middle school was the one that told us that. She was like, I think it was me and Chris. Like, y'all can't react to everything you hear because somebody made so somebody made a monkey joke during class. It was like we were there for like homeroom, and she's playing a video, and it was two little monkeys in like jumpsuits running around, and they was like, "Oh, look, there go Tim and Chris," and we responded back then the way that you think that we respond. And she was like, "You guys have to not act that way. Like, if somebody gives you a middle finger, it's just a finger," is what she said. So it's not.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's not important. It's not important what they call you. It's important what you answer to. And I was like, after a while, that stuck with me. But at the time, no, it didn't. Going forward, man, what's come? What do you guys see in the future for you? Like, any plans? Anything big happening for you?
Bro, I'm gonna put like $20 on a 20 team parlay on DraftKings, and I'm gonna come down and we gonna go over and live it up like we used to, bro.
Man,
we're gonna go to the Commanders game. That's where we're going,
right?
Man,
I'm never going back there, man. That was horrible. No,
yo, matter of fact, I took it when I went on a tour last week down there, like through the locker room, and yo, it's outdated as crap, bro. They saying that they trying to get a new stadium, but DC said they ain't giving them no money. But Virginia's like,
blocked it too.
We got money for you. Yeah. So,
man, we don't want them in Virginia. No. keep
we already the best team in Maryland.
Yeah, man, the stadium that day, it was weird because we went in and somehow Frida got like club seats, so we went up to that next level, and I was like, "Oh, it looked like a hotel up here." It's like, this is nice. And then at halftime, Jordan wanted some Dippin' Dots, and they were like, "Oh, that's on the lower level." Man, I went down there. I was like, "Whoa, this is different."
The dungeon,
man. So yeah, y'all living differently up there in Washington.
You know what though, man? To answer your question though, somehow I would love to get back into teaching. But if I could tutor on the side, that would pacify that need to get back in the classroom because kids are crazy nowadays. they'll try to get you out of character just so they can record you.
Mm-hmm.
I know my first year teaching in Petersburg, I was coming from a little old country school called Charles City County. Relatively had no problems. And I remember looking at the SOL scores in Petersburg, and they were like super low. And I'm just like, yo, what is wrong with these teachers? Like, what the world? I walked into school the first day, and I swear it felt like Lean on Me when Joe Clark walked into the school. Welcome to the Jungle was, I mean, that's what it felt like. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is different. Um, so with those kids, I could really be myself. Um, I had to use all type of strategies. I was standing on top of the desk. I was doing all types of stuff that I probably should have got fired for. God forbid. I'm glad I didn't. Um, but it's a lot of things that I could kind of use against them, so to speak. They would be in the classroom cussing, this, that, whatever. So then I would say something back to them. They were like, oh, you can't cuss at me. I had that type of rapport with them. And like I said, when I see them today, we just sit there and laugh and joke. Mr. Lovin, you said such and such a blah, blah. I'm like, I said that, which I probably did. I've said a lot of crazy stuff to these kids. But they respected that though. And like I said, I keep in touch with some of them to this day. But yeah, I would love to get back into teaching in some type of capacity. So I'm praying about that one.
Man, Tiana, in high school, I didn't think you would be a teacher, bro.
No, let me tell you something. Circumstances will force you to do certain things. Let me tell you, I was working at UPS. I hated that job. Working on a truck, and I'm allergic to dust. I'm over there sniffling and sneezing. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm with UPS. All right, let me see if I can network up in here. I gave my manager my resume. He gassed me up. Oh, yeah, it looks good and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to pass it on. About a week later, 2 weeks later, I never heard anything back. So I'm on the truck, mad as heck, lifting boxes, stacking them. I found my resume up under some boxes. Man, that joint burnt me up. And that's one of them times I did not hold my composure. I went to my man. I'm like, yo, how my resume get right here? I thought you said you submitted it. This is this big dude, and I'm thinking, T, now what you gonna do? But I was just so beyond pissed. I'm like, man, this man lied to my face, and I never went back to that. I never even gave him a 2 weeks notice. That's the only job I've never given a 2 weeks notice. I instantly started when I got home that night. I started looking online, and I saw a teacher position open in Charles City County, and I'm thinking, what the heck is Charles City County? I went there to interview. My interview was like maybe 20, 25 minutes. He was just like, so you want the position? I was like, what? I started pinching myself. I'm like, ain't no way this is real. He's like, yeah, just come back next week and blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I never even gave them a 2 weeks notice. They called me, hey, you coming back? No. And I left it at that. But yeah, teaching, man, I would love to get back into that somehow.
I work with some of those Charles City County kids. I actually do home visits and go into homes. So
Okay.
my next step is in 7.5 years, I'm retiring, bro. Because these kids crazy.
Yo, the crazy thing is, Lamont, I worked with your pops at Debo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I was like, yo, how did Lamont turn out to be the way he is? And this guy's the quietest guy in this whole building. I was like, this guy is. I was like, this guy is
napping half the time. He was napping half the time.
I mean, I knew him from coming to schools, like when we like sports and stuff. I would see him, but I never would talk to him to actually. He was a good man. I never actually talked to him to working at Debo. It's like. I'm looking at him, I was like, yo, this can't be Lamont's pops, bro. He's too quiet, bro. He don't say nothing. He just walk and do his thing.
Hey, but you didn't listen to him at those athletic events, did you?
I mean, sports bring it out of all of us, bro.
Oh, it brought it out of him. That's for daggone sure.
Yeah. What about you, Tim?
Man, I don't know, man. That's what I keep thinking about doing this. Like this kind of snuck up on me. I never would have thought I'd be in front of a camera trying to do podcasts, stuff like that. So was way outside of my element, but now I actually like it. So I want to do more of this. And at the same time, man, I want to help teach kids. I was telling the story about me in high school. I was like, dude, when I graduated, I had no idea what I was going to do next. Like, I hadn't thought about college at all. I was like, yo, college isn't for me. Didn't really want to work in the factory, but that's what everybody else was doing. So I thought that would be a way to make money. So I was like, I never want another kid to have that feeling of you walk across the stage, you got your paper, and now what? So like I'm gonna start reaching out to kids a little bit more, especially high school, middle school. Let them know, that there are other options. There's always college, but there's also like entrepreneurship or trades. There's always something else you can do, and kind of show them some examples like you guys. That's why I was like, man, I love having you on the podcast because you're examples for somebody else is in a classroom clowning, somebody got hit in the eye with a pen. and, and let them know, man, they're no different than we were back then. Yeah, circumstances are a little different, but there's opportunity for everybody. And you don't get to hear that everywhere you go. Like, not everybody has, father figures or that cool uncle or anything like that. So, man, we definitely got to get our voices heard more.
Yeah.
But something you said, even after we graduated from Nelson, I knew I was going off to college. But why? Why was I going to college? I had no idea of what I was going to do. And I tell my cousin Anthony this every chance I get. When I speak, sometimes I speak at career fairs, at the middle school or whatever. Something I love to do. I love public speaking. Something about that just gives me an adrenaline rush. Um, I always have a slide with Anthony on it because he was my role model back in the day. Had Anthony went to the military, I probably would have went to the military. However, he chose to go to college, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a smart dude. Okay, maybe that's what I should do. Um, but again, even after I graduated from Nelson, I had no clue of what I was going to do once I eventually graduated. Um, dude, my degree is in physics. I work nowhere close in a physics field. I work in a chemistry field. Um, but yeah, having a role model is great. It's perfect because again, that got me through what I needed to get through. Um, but as far as like knowing exactly what I wanted to do, no idea whatsoever.
How about you, Lamont? Lamont, you knew you were gonna run track. Like you knew, hey, I'm gonna get this scholarship. Go.
The
But
funny thing is, I knew I was gonna run track, but I didn't know if I was gonna do no schoolwork or not. So I was on the extended college plan. I had to grow up real quick and make some decisions. And like Tion, I like doing the public speaking thing as well. My brother-in-law and I just started working with an AAU organization. We mentor some of their kids, and I really see that's what I want to do in that next phase of life because these kids are awesome and they are across the demographics. It's a beautiful thing to sit there and watch them listen. They don't just show up; they actually listen. But yeah, they need it. All kids need it. Like you said, the cool uncles. That's what I like being, the cool uncle. But man, it's needed, fellas.
Yeah, I think probably my biggest regret is probably not going to college, like out of high school, bro. Because for me, it was like graduate and get a job, bro. Because like I probably was poorer than all the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I was like, like back then you actually had to like pay to fill out the application for college. But that's like $35, $40 to me back then. That's like $200. Like I'm not paying somebody just to send in the application so they can be like, nah, we're not accepting. You know what I'm saying? So that for me, I was like, and like now you get all this stuff like you didn't even got to pay for applications. You know what I'm saying? And it really wasn't what really wasn't preached to me in high school. Like go to college. You know what I'm saying? Like my guidance counselor, like, here's your classes. Go ahead and do your thing. It wasn't like, hey, come into my office. Let's talk about stuff.
We must have the same guidance counselor. We had the same guidance counselor. I'm gonna say this: we
Did it
had.
start with a B?
Yep.
Y'all stop that, man.
Look, he looked at me like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing. Just fill out the paperwork, go." Tion and them come out with stacks of like college information.
Yeah.
We walked in, we got one little sheet just to say we could go back to class.
Yo, bro, you know, it used to really bother me. Like, you know, when they used to put like where on the map where everybody's going to college, they would put that name.
Yep, I remember that.
I was like, shit, man, I want to be on there, but I ain't going nowhere. You know, like that was like a slap in the face to the kids that won't go nowhere. Bro.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I mean,
hey Randy, I'm gonna make you feel a little bit better real quick though. You ain't got no student loans, homie.
Bro,
Yo,
I'm paying out the yin yang for these things. I'm still paying.
You know what, bro? I tell you, like, I got my associates like back in 2017 because I work for a college now.
Okay.
Free.
Oh, what's up?
But I kind of missed the experience of going away. Like, I would love to. Well, I probably would have flunked out if I actually did it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll probably would have partied too much. What's that?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Listen, bro, if I didn't flunk out,
I really
you would not have flunked out, bro.
North Carolina A&T. That's where I wanted to go back in the day. But
yeah, I used to want to go to James Madison. I wanted to go there, and now, man, I never even took the SAT, pre-SAT, none of that stuff. Like
bro, you had to pay for all that stuff, bro.
Yeah. It was crazy, man, because I was like in the middle, like, so they would tell me my parents made too much for me to get like anything to help, but we didn't make enough to pay for it. So I was like, man, I'm still out.
Yo, I would be, Ed Lee would be like, $40. I can buy a car for $40. You ain't get no $40. No, you won't have it, bro. You want to pay to take a test? You see, you already failed. You don't already pay to take a test.
I still struggle. Like my daughter was applying for different colleges or wanted to apply for college, and they were talking about setting up for SATs and all that. And I was like, she can't come to me for help at all. Like, Frida, you got this one. You know all about this one. Because I don't even know what paperwork you needed at the time. So, like, all of this is a learning process for us. And I was telling
I'm gonna cut this alarm off real quick. I'll be right back.
I was telling them, it's almost like for these colleges, they want you to make their favorite cake to get into their school. But they don't tell you the ingredients. They don't tell you what they like, what they don't like. Like, you get no instruction. But the man beside you will get the actual recipe because he had somebody in his family that could tell them how to do it. So I was like, man, you already starting off on the wrong foot if you have no clue what's going on. But luckily for her, she's got a good guidance counselor. Actually, it's not even her guidance counselor. It's a former guidance counselor who's just helping her through because she's a good kid. And like, we didn't have that. We had names start with a B. While y'all had,
man, look,
y'all had,
I had Miss Number.
Yeah, Miss Number
exactly.
was looking out, but you see, we were on this side of the divide. So yeah, man. But that's part of the reason why I'm like, I want to help these kids out because like teachers got a hard job, so I'm not gonna knock them. But like some people need individual attention to get to that next level, and it's not readily available everywhere. And they need people to fill in those gaps. So, that's part of the reason why I'm like, yo, I want to talk to kids and encourage them and let them know that there is a chance. That there's anything's possible if you put your mind to it and you put in the habits now to be successful. Because if you got poor habits, you can get all the opportunities you want. You're gonna fumble them. Redskins reference for y'all. But yeah, man, I feel like there's opportunities out there, but we just have to know how to take advantage of them, and that's not something that we necessarily had back in the day, or in me and Randall's case, we didn't have it. Y'all had.
Look, oddly enough, fellas, we talk about college, but I was joking about student loans, but we need to talk to these kids about doing what they want to do and what they love to do, because not everybody is geared towards college, and there's a lot of opportunities out here in the blue collar world, shall we say, that really works out much better at the end of the day. My brother-in-law is labor driven, makes good money, and like I said, don't have those student loans. And I don't know if he would have been, like Randy said, he might have partied too much on that college campus, because Lord knows I partied too much on that college campus, and I had to pay a little extra for that.
Yeah, like being up here in Pennsylvania and the schools up here, like they got a lot of like trade schools. Like they'll go out, like they won't even have to go to the high school. They go like straight to the trade schools. Like I'm like, y'all already set up to get jobs. We was taking seven periods and taking home ec, and y'all got to like HVAC and like electrician classes. Like y'all, what? Why can't y'all do it? And, like we didn't have these opportunities. I mean, we had building trades, but we didn't take building trades. That wasn't for us.
No.
I didn't infiltrate that area, guys.
I really what that side of the school looked like.
Yeah.
I just know you walk down this long hall.
Yes, sir. Lamont, what was your first look? Let me ask you this. When you got to Christopher Newport, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not bad. When you got to Christopher Newport, right? What is it that happened to you that made you realize, wow, I'm not Nelson County anymore?
Meeting people from Newport News and Hampton.
They that much different.
First week I was there, we went to a club on Jefferson Avenue. Yeah. It's like being in 8 hour times 18.
Hold on, why? No, hold on. Why 8 hours? Hold on, is that mud over there? What you mean?
Yo, I remember y'all. Some of y'all boys from 8 Hour, bro. Y'all didn't take that dirt town nicely. Y'all didn't like that. Y'all
what you
fight
mean?
over that.
Yup.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what though? You know what else is crazy though? I hung out when I was younger, not even young, just in high school. Used to go to Avon a lot. Hung out with Lamont. I never went to Gladstone. Never.
Bro, ain't nobody ever come to Gladstone.
I was gonna say I don't even know exactly where it's at, man.
I don't either.
Afraid of Gladstone.
Nobody really came to Gladstone. Gladstone was like the Badlands, bro. Yo, Gladstone got such a bad rap, bro. We got such a bad rap out there. I
thought it was a wonderful place.
We was the town that wasn't supposed to make it. They always talk bad about us, bro. Always.
Yeah, I used to wonder. I was like, man, Randall living over there in Narnia. I don't even know where he at.
Narnia. Yeah, I don't know too much about Gladstone whatsoever. Couldn't tell you where it is. I don't know anything about it.
If you ever played, if you ever went to Appomattox, you went through Gladstone. For a real small.
You was out that way?
Huh?
I said you was out that way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Actually, I was closer to go to Amherst instead of Nelson. I used to have to go through Amherst to get to Nelson.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Appomattox was like right across the bridge. I could went to like Appomattox or Amherst before. That was closer than Nelson. Nelson for me was an hour bus ride. So yeah.
Wow.
Yo, speaking of Nelson, do y'all still run into anybody from back home?
If I go home, I might see somebody.
Yeah.
And that's an if.
Bro, I
gotta
took
a
couple of years ago, I took and went up to Frostburg and seen Delane. And he's like, I know a lot of people didn't really really bang with Delane, but Delane he was a pretty good guy, bro. He really was. Yo, one thing I told him that really stuck out for me, like when he was always like that, like the guy that a lot of people like, yo, I don't like Delane, I can't stand Delane. Yo, one time I won't say the person, but remember how when we used to go to football games and basketball, and we all either stop at McDonald's or Burger King. Remember on the way back?
Hold up. Where you at? Because there won't no McDonald's or Burger King.
In Madison Heights.
Madison Heights.
I never went up that way.
Okay. Oh, you played with us. You had to stop.
Man, where were you at, man?
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Come on, Tion, bro.
Slow, man.
Man.
Yo, this is crazy. Like, out of all the things that you would say about him, Delane, we was at Burger King one night, and somebody didn't have some money. Yo, that dude came up and was like, yo, here's $10 to get you some food. No, and it was never talked about, and I was like, man, yo, Delane ain't as bad as people say he is. Yo, he's a pretty solid guy. I won't say who he gave the money to, but I was like, all right. Yo, he really is changing like all those kids. Like
What's up?
Yo, Frostburg, he just took that thing and ran with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. I was one of the people that didn't bang with Delane. And over the years, we have talked. We have talked a lot. Watching him coach, I mess with him all the time. I send him a message showing him on TV. He just got that job at Utah State, I think it is.
South Utah.
Southern Utah.
South Utah.
South Utah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But he was actually, he's done great things. I gotta give it to him. Plain and simple. Yeah. Throw my hat off to him. He actually recruited a couple of kids that I deal with in this area, and I talk him up every chance I get. Of course, I have to tell him that was my high school quarterback, but.
Yeah, I told him the funny story that I'm reminded of is we played baseball together, and was a Peachtree League, I think it was, and Delane was pitching, and there was a guy on another team. I can't say his name. His name was D. Let's say D, right? And big guy used to just crush the ball. Well, Delane was walking up and down the sideline. You remember that song, "Life Is a Highway"? So they used to sing that all the time. Like, I was the only black dude on the team at the time, so I wasn't singing it, but I remember them singing it over and over and over. Well, Delane switched up the words and was like, "Your mama's a highway," like that. And he was walking towards right field where D was playing, and he heard it. So, like, you could see him look over. He's like, "What?" And Delane never responded. He just walked right back over to where we were. He's just walking back and forth singing. And when he got up to bat, when D got up to bat, he started singing that again from the field. And, man, it just flustered him so much. He struck out, threw the bat, cussed the umpire out, and he was like, "And I heard what you said."
Yo, he had mastered the way of getting in somebody's head in high school.
Definitely.
The boy made the whole football game be played on Saturday morning instead of Friday night at Amherst.
Yeah.
That was all the
way. And you know what, man? I never understood what the whole issue was with him and Amherst, because I never really knew him like that.
He went to Amherst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came to Nelson.
Yep.
And his brother played for Amherst.
Oh, he had a brother?
Yeah.
So he's a lot of people didn't like him that played sports at Amherst. So when it came to them playing Nelson, it was a problem.
Yeah, that night, man, I remember it because I was riding with somebody, and somebody had like a cap gun or something, and they shot it in the air. Like at the end of the game, the coach was like, "Y'all need to stay together as a team. Don't go nowhere." And we were going out, and then got outside, and somebody just reached over and grabbed everybody and was like pulling them in, and they were like, "Get to the bus, get to the bus." And like a cap gun went off, and I jumped in this lady's car. Like, she had the door open. I remember jumping in, and then I was like, "Yo, am I in the right car?" And I went around to the right car, got in, and when I got in, there was another guy I was riding with, him and his mom. He got out of the car to like go see what was going on, and I was like, "Your survival skills suck." And I was this close to telling his mom leave him. Because like if he jumping out like that, his survival skills ain't good, and it's gonna be a matter of time. But but no, he jumped out and went over, and then when he got back in, they were just like everybody needs to leave. And the next game was when they said from now on y'all play Saturdays, middle of the day, and they had like security and cops everywhere.
I never knew all this.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is like after getting out of school, and of course being on Facebook and seeing like people that people are really who they are on Facebook. And then I don't think they realize, I got these people my friends because there's a coach over there that I'm like, that's how he felt. I'm like, oh man, if we was in school, I would drag him right now, bro. You probably get Lamont, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Plead the fifth.
What do you say?
I plead the fifth.
I was like, oh my goodness, like I had to like mute him for a while.
Hey, I will say this. I will say this. I have been invited to his house and I'm going because he's still good people, believe it or not.
Yeah, got me over here thinking right now. Who
We'll text it to you.
Yeah, you do that.
Hey, but Randy, sometimes I look at it and I'm going, wow, oh my.
Right? That's what I'm like. When I come back and I see you, it might be some furniture moving, but I'm gonna do it in love.
Well, yeah. All right. So before we leave, man, I wanted to talk a little bit about you see women empowerment all the time, right? You never see men trying to be empowered. So I wanted to get y'all's feedback on that. Like, you don't see a whole lot of like guys lifting guys up, that kind of thing. Have y'all noticed the same thing, or is it just me?
Yeah, especially us black men.
Especially, and I was just I texted him like one day last week. I forgot how I worded it, but I was like, "Yo, God working with you." Because Tim, just like you said, you never would have thought. I never would have thought this would be something that you would have did.
Mm-hmm.
But nah,
he's
you
a quiet,
something, man. So
out of all of us.
yeah, most definitely.
I agree with you, Tim.
But I don't know why.
I do think there's a movement, though.
Yo, so why do you think it is like that, though?
Man, again, I think it goes back to that whole soft thing. Like the mentality is different. Like somewhere along the way, we started believing the music we were listening to, where you had to be hard, you had to be, the idea of a man was a guy that was tough, and it's not tough to say, hey bro, how you doing today? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I see your Facebook post, you look like you're going through it, man. I got you if you need anybody. Like that's not considered tough. That's not considered manly. So I think we kind of like got away from that, and it takes, unfortunately, something bad. Like Lamont said, how many funerals we've been to. It takes things like that for us to be like, yo, bro, I love you, man. When we don't do that on a normal basis, like we'd be like, whoa, what you mean you love me, bro? Hold up. But so it's changing. It is changing, like Lamont said.
I'm blessed with my crew. Tion and I talk a lot, but we had an actual event last night. Me and the boys went out and we chopped it up till like 3-4 o'clock this morning. But we're talking about growing. Even at our age, there's so much more growing that we could do. Tion, you met Chris before. You know how he is. Once we get talking, everything goes into play. But that needs to happen more often. We all agree to it.
Yeah. I think the thing is like it's almost like us as black men, we was like conditioned not to like it's easier for a black man to hate on a black man and lift him up. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like we don't want to see our own people get ahead, but the other people, we praise them when they get ahead. Like, we don't want to see somebody else, like, just like us, have something, which don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So.
And I had to learn for myself, like, the phone works both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of sitting here saying, oh man, this person hadn't checked, nobody checks in with me, I was like, yo, you got to get your phone out and start calling people. And
Right.
especially like the last few months, man, I'm trying to be intentional about it now. Like, intentionally set time aside to, like, yo, check in with this person. If you haven't seen them, if I don't see your comment on Facebook, then I'm like, yo, let me get my phone out, check in. But more things like that, because like you said, man, 45 is about that age, so we definitely need to spend time together a little bit more
and have real conversations, man.
Real. Yep.
And you know what's funny, man? Sometimes I'll call a month, and then I'll be like, oh man, I don't want to feel like I'm burdening somebody or whatever. But sometimes I just got to get something off my chest. I'm like, let me call my brother. Let me call this man. And he'd be like, T, we having grown man conversation. That's always his word for me. We having grown folk conversation, which I definitely need. So yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
Right. And I feel like it's no just a coincidence that we all just stuck together like all these years, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, out of all the people that we've met through our lives, it's still like us
right back, bro.
still connected.
Yep. Same here, man. That's why I was like, man, and you know how nostalgic I am. I love talking about the old days, math class. So, like, our conversations have evolved over the years to where now we are talking about, things that's going on, like, mental health. Like, that's not a conversation we would have had back then.
Right.
We probably would have clowned each other, really. but yeah, like, those kinds of conversations need to continue to be forefront and like this, let people know, yeah, this is how you're supposed to talk to your friends, man. You're supposed to check up on them. You're supposed to encourage them and be there for them.
And the beauty is, fellas, it's 4 of us right here, and we got 4 personalities, 4 different takes on things. You grow from that, That's what we were talking about last night. You don't have to be the same type of person to hang. You put yourself in a box and hang with the same type of person, you don't grow. You don't learn nothing.
True.
Yep.
True.
Yeah. We all was different that ended up in the same place at Nelson County High School.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got Gladstone, Roseland, Adel, and Afton. We basically got all the 5 boroughs.
That's true though.
Yep.
Yo, I'm missing. Oh, we missing one. Shipman. That's like the only one we missing, right?
Who we gonna call in?
I don't know nobody from.
Where's Scott?
Yeah, I was gonna say Scotty, the only one I can think of, man.
Where's he at? I know he's back in Nelson, right?
Yeah, but he ain't on Facebook.
I haven't seen him in years.
I know, right? That's like Scotty was the other one in that 6th period study hall.
Yeah, he was
playing some tunk.
Oh man.
Oh man, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I think I still owe somebody some money for some time.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's me then.
But yo, fellas, what I like to do, man, is like every once in a while, let's do this again. Let's just get together, talk about some topics that's going on, and give out advice and just keep this thing rolling, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Appreciate you putting this together, bro.
And when we when we do this thing again, can we kind of like decide on like if we can see each other face to face over all these years?
Yeah, we definitely got to do one in person, man. Definitely.
Hey, if we get together, can Tion and I drink bourbon? Is that allowed?
You do all you want. I
I'm
don't
not
drink,
drinking.
so
I'm not drinking.
I'm the D. I'll be the DD.
Yes.
Well, all right, fellas, man. I appreciate y'all for being on this. And like I said, we're gonna get together again, hopefully in person. Do this again, and really, we can do this as many times as you guys want to, man. You got open invite. If you just want to sit in, even when I'm talking to somebody else, let me know. Cause man, I appreciate you guys' opinions. Like I said, you knew me from 4'11", 75, 85 pounds to now 5'5", 5. I'm 5'6". I'm giving myself the extra credit. 5'6". So man, I do value you guys' opinion. Thanks for the support and talking me, through this and encouragement, and I look forward to having you guys on again.
Anytime, bro.
Sounds good, man.
Anytime.
Yep. But
Love you, brothers.
hold on. Before we go, I almost forgot. The main thing about this is lessons and blessings. So before we leave, I want each of you to give me something that you've learned over the years that you carry with you, and then one of the blessings that you've received over the years. And we can go top to bottom. So T, if you want to go first, what's a lesson you learned?
Treat people how you want to be treated. I think that goes a long ways. And coming from small old Nelson County, that's something that I learned from way back when. Again, just treat people how you want to be treated.
All right, Randall.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back to something Ed Lee used to tell me all the time. A hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be the hard. You ain't gotta be the hard one all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just like life is you're learning your whole life. Just, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just take it in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned.
All right.
And I'm blessed with everything I have now. So
True.
Y'all see me posted on Facebook a lot. I'm big on reach one, teach one. I think we can do a lot of solutions, get a lot of solutions out here if we do that. And I'm like Randall, I don't live the best life, but I live a good life, and I'm appreciative of it.
right.
All right, guys, man. I couldn't have said it any better myself. So again, appreciate you, brothers, for being on here. Looking forward to the live event. We might have to rent a stage in Nelson County, man.
Bro,
do a live
it'll be
event.
the biggest thing. It'll be the biggest thing in Nelson, bro.
There you go. It'll be Randall Uncensored.
Yo, I'll be like,
All right.
I'll be like, yo, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Yeah.
Hey, I volunteer my brother's front porch so we can actually go to Gladstone. Y'all can see where the man, the myth, the legend is from.
Oh,
All right.
Let's do it.
Happy Rock.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, we're gonna definitely do this again, and again, man, appreciate you guys for being on.
Appreciate
Yo,
you,
I
man.
love y'all brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too.
All right, man.